Hi there, and welcome to this fall edition of La Vista, text-only lifestyle talk show. I'm Laura Duclos.
I'm Reyna.
I'm Tiara Bryant.
And I'm Preston Derrick.
Today's show will be talking about what's been trending the most on social media lately, relationships, from best friends and squad goals to celebrity relationships and that awkward couple holding hands around campus. We're covering it all on the show. So, guys, who's your favorite celebrity couple?
I definitely have to say Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Okay.
And honestly, it's only because of Beyonce. She's my favorite in life. And Jay-Z's just there by default, to be perfectly honest.
So, yeah, it's like a relationship where you don't necessarily need the guy to be in the relationship. Like, you just have like a great parasocial.
He's just there.
She could be by herself, and honestly. But what I love is that their whole family with Blue Ivy, and they're so cute, and yeah, I wish I could be as cute as them.
So what do you guys think of Kim and Kanye?
I think they're a knockoff of Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
I mean,
they're kind of like wannabes.
They're just
Right.
wannabes?
Yeah.
So is it just like what makes them knockoffs? Like what's...
It's way too much drama. Like they just
Yeah.
bring all this attention onto themselves, and it's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. But Jay-Z and Beyonce are kind of doing their own thing, and the attention comes to them rather than them asking for it. I feel like.
Right.
it's more effortless where they're trying to be in the spotlight.
Right. That's why she's Queen Bee. So one of my favorites is Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher.
Same.
What do
Ashton
you guys
Kutcher's
think
the
about that?
man.
Yeah.
He is the man especially for landing Mila out of all the girls out there. Props to him for doing that.
Yeah.
What I find really cute is that Mila and Ashton, they met from That 70s Show, and he was actually her first kiss. She was 14 at the time, and it was like one of the first episodes. And now they're married and they have a baby, and so it's full circle.
That is sweet. That's pretty
really
sweet.
adorable.
Well, on the flip side of having a sweet couple, let's talk about Taylor Swift and all of her relationships.
Or all of her failed relationships.
Right. Yeah. She's been pretty loud in the media, I guess you could say, about all of her boyfriends.
Like
There's
who's
quite
she
a few.
not dated? I'm still on the market, Taylor. Like you need to check me off the list. We can go ahead and do that real fast. Just call me.
She'll write your name in her blank
Yeah,
space.
but I have
Yeah,
to
sure.
say, if it wasn't for all those failed relationships, we wouldn't have all those songs that we could cry along to. So.
Very, very true.
And, well, there seems to be so many awesome celebrity couples out there that go all out for each other. And we searched through the campus to see what tech students think about some of those famous duos. Take a look.
We asked students around campus who their favorite celebrity couples are.
My favorite celebrity couple is Anna Faris and Chris Pratt.
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson.
Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
Lil Wayne and Christina Milian.
I have to say Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
I would say Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Will Smith and Jada Smith.
Students explain why celebrity couples are described as relationship goals.
Goals, I would have to say the Obamas, Barack and Michelle, because, they made it to the highest pinnacle in the nation. And, hey, that's goals right there.
I would say I really look up to President Obama and his wife Michelle. They really seem to work together well as a team, and their kids are well adjusted, and I think they're all around like a really good familial goal.
But this raises the question, why do we look up to celebrity couples?
I think that a lot of people don't have any positive relationships in their own lives that they can look up to, with so many parents and grandparents and stuff like that. They get divorced. And so when you see successful couples in the media, I think that can definitely serve as like role models for either your current or future relationships.
Definitely, because people don't see the downside. They don't see the bad sides of it. Like the media just highlights the good, positive side. So we just think it's all peachy.
Because it gives people an escape from their lives. It gives them something to look forward to. It gives them, motivation, something to pursue in their own life.
So before the package, we talked a bit about Taylor Swift and how she's pretty well known for her open love life and writing songs about her exes. But let's take a second to talk about her #squad.
I like that. #squad.
Right.
Yeah, no, she has like the life, I guess, like the ultimate human. She has, Lena Dunham, the producer. She has all of these Victoria's Secret models, all of these like old Disney Channel stars.
And Selena as her like side girl.
Yeah, that's ridiculous to have just like a big like women power like group. Like, what do you think of that here?
I know one of the girls who are in her group is Zendaya, and I'm super in love with Zendaya. She actually just got a Barbie doll of her own not too long ago. So I think it's really inspiring for young girls and young women who are looking up to girls who don't really have drama between them, who just are empowering each other. So I think it's great.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a big deal to have that many women together and not have any cattiness or anything like that, and just like empower each other and have all of that good vibes. I don't know what else to call it.
Support each other in their art and what they do and with their careers. So yeah, I definitely like it. I mean, it definitely makes me want to like go out and shoot a music video with my best friend, but I mean, don't have the money. I'm not cool enough to do that. Definitely can't sing.
Hey,
but
you know what? Let's go shoot one after the show.
Yeah, maybe we'll go give it a shot.
Taylor Swift was the only name that I recognized. I had no idea who any of those other girls were.
See,
you said
you
Victoria's Secret
Girl
models.
power.
I was like, that
Girl
works.
power.
They're in there. I know I'm probably speaking for myself here since I'm the only guy, but I honestly don't really pay much attention to what Taylor Swift and her girlfriends are doing on the weekends, but I can definitely appreciate some of the classic friend groups like the cast from The Friends and That 70s Show. But even though they're some of those older shows, I think that they're really great examples of what true friends of our generation, like to call it squad goals, are. They come together, they hold each other accountable. It's just a great dynamic that you see in those TV shows that I've really grown up to learn to appreciate, and people that I want to be friends with. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think my favorite squad goals, but it's just definitely like the Friends. Like I grew up with Friends. Like we all grew up with Friends. That was like our generation. Not really. Like we were babies. Like we were.
But we remember it.
Yeah.
Older siblings or like older cousins or relatives that watched it and were like, ooh, TV.
Yeah,
sit down and
Friends
watch.
is definitely like, I don't know anybody who's not obsessed with Friends. I don't think I've ever met anybody who didn't like Friends. Another one I really like is How I Met Your Mother. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. It's a fun show.
Neil Patrick Harris makes that show.
Yes, he makes that show perfect. I relate closely to Robin Scherbatsky, just because I don't have a soul, but it happens sometimes.
Right.
No, but yeah, but I mean, even like talking in terms of like friends and stuff like that, my friends like to compare me to Phoebe. I don't know how much you guys
I got compared to Ross once, and I was like, what?
Oh. But as much as my friends and you guys might like to poke fun at me, I'm always glad that I have a close-knit group as a foundation, because sometimes things in life can go wrong. For example, I don't really go on dates that much, but more often than not, they seem to end hysterically, but in a really, really bad way.
Yeah, first dates can kind of be pretty awkward, especially if you don't really know the person and not really know what they expect or what you're going to get out of it. But you never get another opportunity to make a first impression. You only get one of those. And if you don't make the most out of it, then you're going to be a fish out of water. It's
right.
not good.
And I think a lot of that is like our society has different, like the rules are evolving, I guess you could say. Like it's
changed.
like not like now it's like the guy doesn't have to buy you dinner and
Take
the
you
girl
out.
can do it. They can split it. Like he doesn't have to take you out. I think just modern romance is something that we're still not adapted to yet, and I just feel like we're also at that like awkward age where it's like hard to find someone.
And honestly, I feel like a lot of people's first dates are, and we'll talk about this later, is Netflix and chill. I feel like that's the first time a lot of people get to hang out with each other, and kind of sucks. Like I feel like a first date should be, let me take you out to a movie, a dinner.
Right. It's like the chivalry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about, like, I just think we're losing, like, the romance in our society almost. Like, I'm all about, like, if a guy came to my door with flowers, I would be like, all right, like, great. You know, where, like, back in the day that was expected, and now it's, like, a nice surprise. And, yeah, it's, like, almost like neither party's putting in as much effort.
So pretty much, guys, just remember to bring the flowers or open the door for the girl.
Yeah, no, basically.
Don't forget the basic stuff.
We were at the Sub just the other day just to find some people's nightmares first date stories. Let's check it out.
Although some first dates can lead to a lifelong relationship, others don't get called back for a second chance.
I met a guy in one of my language classes. It was one of my first semesters here at Texas Tech, and he asked if I wanted to go out for coffee. And I thought, oh yeah, this will be fun, we'll go out. So I show up at the coffee shop a little bit ahead of time, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and 30 minutes later, this guy finally shows up to the date. He is wearing just these suspiciously stained sweatpants, this nasty shirt. He shows up and plops down next to me and smells like he's, I don't know what happened between class and that time, but he really smells terrible. While I was waiting for him, I had been doing the crossword puzzle, and so I put it aside and started talking, and he pulled out the crossword again, and he's like, oh, so you do crosswords? And I was like, yeah, I really enjoy them. I was kind of passing the time, and he said, Well, I mean, it's great that you read and all, but it's not really great to show off.
Many college students said they had a hard time getting past the uncomfortable small talk phase on their first date.
Well, it started out, my mom drove us because we were didn't have our licenses yet. And it was a double date, and it was to this movie, and the movie was terrible. And then, it started out fine, and then at the end of the movie, he tried to kiss me, and I pretended not to notice, and it was extremely awkward.
I feel like first dates can be really awkward, so that's what I was really nervous about whenever I first went on the date with him. I remember him pulling up, and he was in his car. And I didn't want him to come to the door because I didn't want it to be awkward, we're in college, I don't want this to be weird. And so I just ran and got in the car, and it's just it can be so awkward. And I think that first dates can really make or break a relationship, because if it's really awkward, you're not going to want to go back.
As the date kept going, it was getting worse and worse. At the time, I had a henna tattoo on my hand because I was in an Arabic course, and one of my friends had done henna on my hand. And the guy pointed out, and he was like, "Do you have a tattoo? Do you have tattoos?" And I thought, well, no, this is just temporary, it's henna, but if I were to get one, I think this is really pretty. And he launched off on this diatribe about how I was desecrating the temple of my body by destroying it by putting ink on it. And he kept going on and on about it until I finally just said, I think we're done here. I don't really have anything else to talk about with you.
Despite several disastrous first dates, there are a few who find their missing puzzle piece.
Okay, our first date, we went to Ransom Canyon, which is outside of town, kind of by Buffalo Springs, and we drove around and looked at the stars, and we actually went and walked around by the water, and it was really pretty, and we saw this beaver. It was really dramatic. It was actually really funny, but it was cool. We just talked a lot, and I hadn't seen him for 4 or 5 weeks since we first met, and so it was cool to actually be with him and talk to him in person.
Ouch, some of those stories were hard to listen to, but I think it's just one of those painful life experiences that we have to go through before we meet the one.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think, at least for me, because my love life is just completely non-existent. But the last time I went, I tried to give it a chance. I tried so hard, but I went on a blind date, and we went to the event, and then just as soon after, he ditched me, and so that was it really hurt. It hurt right here.
Oh.
It hurt right here. And it was just rough. Just for me, it's extremely hard to talk to the opposite gender. And so yeah, but that could explain, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has a hard time doing that and trying to get to know people. So I think that's why right now a big trend is dating apps like Tinder or Hot or Not or whatever else you might have there in your life. It's a pretty big thing nowadays. I don't have one, but my friends keep downloading it on my phone and then trying to get me to meet up with guys, and it's just not working out for me, but I can't delete it or else they'll just re-download it. So
it's a weird, quirky way to meet people. I think it's strange. Technology has completely changed the way that we interact with people, and Tinder just happens to be one of those things. It exists, it's here, and it's kind of frightening. Honestly.
I'm one of those people, I actually believe that in the natural way of meeting your mate, I don't know, I feel the universe will put you with who you're supposed to be with. I don't think dating apps and websites are really necessary, but to each his own.
Right. No,
I have heard of successful Tinder relationships. It could happen. Personally, never had a successful Tinder relationship. I've kind of gave up on that, and it's a lot easier to just meet somebody by mutual friends going out.
No, and my thing with Tinder is just it's just kind of awkward because it's you see these people and then you might run into them in person. And
it's happened.
Oops. And then another thing, it's you're not judging these people based on their character, or who they are, or what they're doing in their life, or what goals and aspirations they have. You're swiping left or right based on how they look, and I don't know. I'm not cool with that. I don't know.
Personally, though, I do enjoy the pickup lines. I know, Preston, you probably come up with really good ones.
Preston, do you have a Tinder?
Yeah, I do. just cause it's fun. I get a kick out of it. Sometimes they don't reply, and that's okay. It doesn't hurt my low self-confidence.
So what's your best Tinder pickup line?
How much does a polar bear weigh?
Oh, that's a lame one. Enough to break the ice. That is so old.
I don't know what I can get away with sometimes. Like, I'm afraid that other person on the other may be a sociopath or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to make them mad.
I had a friend that matched with a girl named Alicia, and he was like really cheesy. And so he was like, "You don't have anything written in your bio, but Alicia pretty." And she didn't respond.
That's adorable.
Safe to say she didn't respond.
Some effort, I'll be like, that's funny, but.
Yeah.
But whether you met your significant other on a dating app or Facebook or, like Tiara says, in person, we all know what time of year it is. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. And are y'all familiar with the phrase turkey dump?
Not really, actually.
I am, but I think you should definitely tell us about it.
Well, a lot of couples that they meet, in college, or somebody they met or were dating in high school that they came to college with, they go home for this break and think, a couple days, finals are coming up anyways, I'm not going to see them that much, might as well just end it. And hence the term turkey dump, because you dump them over Thanksgiving.
Right.
And that's just terrible. Like, you're going to be gone for 4 days, you're going to be back soon, and it's not like finals are every day like class. You'll have breaks and stuff. I mean, you can still see that person. Turkey dump? No.
Yeah, that's pretty sad to hear. But I know long distance relationships definitely aren't for everyone. And honestly, high school sweethearts sometimes don't work out either. So you just kind of have to, it's really situational, depends on the person. And
I just think we're too young to figure out who we want. I mean, for me at least, too young to figure out who I want to spend the rest of my life with. If there's even anybody, I might just go with my dog.
I can barely take care of myself. Getting up this morning was bad.
Yeah, I'm going to worry about getting a degree in college first, I think.
No, right, definitely. I'm even in my third year of college, and I still don't think I'm ready to commit to somebody forever. But speaking of silly namesakes, I know you've all heard the term Netflix and chill, right? Yeah. I definitely hear jokes about it all the time, but Tiara, would you maybe want to tell us what it means?
Sure, I'll be the one.
Yeah, go ahead and explain this, please. I want to see how you put it.
Basically, it can go from 0 to 100, but I'll keep the G-rated version of what Netflix and chill is. It's basically pretty much when a guy invites a girl over to watch movies and just hang out, or vice versa, and you can either binge watch on Orange is the New Black or Scandal, or you can just watch movies, and it's really cool. And like I said, it can vary from rated G to rated R, and so we'll just keep it rated G for today. But so it's really our generation's way of saying, let's hang out, come on, we can have pizza or whatever we want to do, and we can just watch
let's
movies.
actually go make out.
Yeah, it's a casual way of basically saying they want you to come over. It might not even be daylight out.
Yeah, see, that scares me, because if you ask me to come over and watch Netflix, I'm gonna come over to watch Netflix. Like, I'll be like in my footy pajamas, like with a big box of popcorn.
I would turn you away at the door.
Oh wait, I don't think we're reaching a mutual understanding.
Oh yeah, no, I think that it sucks, because a lot of times I do like to hang out with my friends and watch Netflix that are guys, and people are like, when I tell them doing that, they're like, Netflix and chill. I'm like, actually though.
Yeah,
but really,
I feel like there's just like a level of person that like they get what it means, but then there's like me that's like, wait, like I've made a terrible mistake. I need to go home now. Anyway, guys, I don't know about you, but I've definitely had enough relationship talk to last me for quite some time.
Yeah, like the rest of the semester.
Yeah, basically.
I'm good.
Thanks so much for joining us on this semester's edition of La Vista, Life in a College Town. Coming to you straight out of Lubbock, I'm Laura Duclos.
I'm Reyna.
I'm Tiara Bryant.
And I'm Preston Derrick.
Hasta la vista!